I haven't repeated an outfit yet. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
ASMR.
immediately. This poor. I mean, this is. I just want everyone to.
It's so frothy.
Yeah, to just get the feeling that they're just pouring a ice cold beer into a nice.
Yeah.
Purple glass.
Bluish.
Yeah, taking an audible sip, clapping your hands. Welcome to we're enjoying some Yazoo Gerst Amber Ale at the moment.
We are. Cheers to Yazoo Gerst
Cheers.
Amber Ale.
Not a sponsor, but hey, call us.
Yet.
Fat Bottom would also be a great
Fat Bottom is
sponsor
amazing.
because I love their beer and I have a Fat Bottom.
I used to. I feel like it's at a different
You have
angle
a lovely
now.
bottom.
Thank you.
Yeah. so sincere, but it's
Thank
true.
you.
You do have a lovely bottom.
Oh, I should sing the theme song.
Oh, well.
What are we doing here?
It's been a minute since we've recorded one of these.
Episode 8, y'all.
Episode 8. And 8 is great.
8 is great, and
so are you.
it's been like, and so are you. It's been like a month or more.
Maybe a little more.
Maybe a little bit more.
You've been all over the place.
I've been gallivanting.
Guys, I want you to know, just so you have all the information, that Chris Burke, this man right here, was in Rio and did not dance upon the sand as promised.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And how can you be in Rio and resist the urge to dance upon the sand?
So, I wasn't necessarily super close to the sand. So, I would have to, like, take a thing there, and I'd...
Take a thing to the sand?
Like, take a... I don't think I could walk to the sands. I'd have to take a thing to the sands, you know.
I gotta hop on the sand line.
I gotta get up on that sand line. But, so, when I got there, I flew there overnight. Mm-hmm. And so I left it like
you know noon. You don't have to explain yourself to me. You're a
no. But there were good reasons. So I was cracked out.
Good reasons to break a promise. Our first. Let's see. What's a word strong enough for this kind of?
I'm gonna say that we might look back at the text and see that I didn't actually promise.
Your eyes told a different story.
What story is that?
No, I think that you're allowed.
I may have.
I think you did promise, but that's fine.
I very well may have. I was just being competitive.
Not my first betrayal.
Nah, and it won't be my last.
Honestly, it's just for the sake of whimsy, because of, we did grow up in the age of Duran Duran.
We did.
And
we did. It just, so, but for real, like, I got out of the cab, mm-hmm. and I was looking for my Fred and Bobby Becker. I was looking for them because they were already at the hotel, and they were down there looking for me, and we were excited to see each other. But I was already sort of like cracked out, like I was already a mess. And then I had my phone out, and the cab driver was like, put your phone down. Like, the cab driver was trying to help us out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay. And apparently, within 2 seconds, it'll get snatched from your hand, and you'll never see it again. And
so you didn't want to dance upon the sand.
So I felt a little nervous about going out into the world and having to get myself in a little thing out to the sand.
A thing. You just duct taped your phone to your body so that it can't.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? So clever.
You really feel like dancing.
Yeah.
And especially like it's probably a little warm there, but that'll feel really good. A nice. Anyway, you're just holding a cat now.
She's the needy. She's needy. I don't know who taught her that.
Needy and the greedy.
She's needy and the greedy.
Mm-hmm.
She wants his wet food real bad. But look, this is all she wanted, was to be held.
Well, guys, we haven't even introduced ourselves.
We haven't.
We're out of practice, but basically, Chris performs on cruise ships, mostly adult burlesque cabaret.
They like dudes with love handles. What's
Who
up?
doesn't?
That's the name of our band.
None of that is true.
None of that is true.
And so he's been gone, and I wait for him on my widow's walk, and then here.
Isn't that what that is right here?
That's a widow's peak.
Different.
I don't wait there. I have a fear of heights. I'm sorry.
If you waited there.
And so yes, and so we're back, guys.
We're back. We
Thank
are upright
God.
and we are fancy.
So fancy, so upright. I keep actually having to like remind myself to adjust my posture and not just be a little like hermit.
I always want to make sure that Pee-wee is dancing.
It's just the facelessness of Pee-wee. So
I know. It's a little disconcerting. But like anybody that sees this can see his face. You know what I mean? Like if you know what this is, his face almost appears for you. But it is a little bit weird when it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, I think maybe we should include this part in the bonus episode because I want to say one more thing about it. I just know it's been so long. How many were... Oh, it's only 6 minutes in, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm just already in a shame spiral.
Because it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Actually, for them, it may only be a week.
Oh, yeah.
For us, it's been like 6 weeks, and it's been, or like whatever, 4 weeks. It feels like a really long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, my widow's walk is drafty. It's
drafty, which it's not a widow's peak because this is getting draftier and draftier by the day.
Oh.
I know.
I mean, I don't notice it. I think that you have the secret to eternal youth.
You are kind. It's about $300 every 4 months.
Well, that's better than what happened to me, which is I paid $100 for someone to turn my eyebrows black, and so this is, I assume most people, the lovely listeners we have, are mostly listening, but if you are watching, you can see that I'm a natural redhead, mm-hmm. and my eyebrows are sort of blonde, translucent. Not to get anyone too horny, but it's just in general, I look a little, my face just is a little, I think it looks a little bit better when you can see my eyebrows, but it's hard to get the color right. And if you go into black at all, it gets so bad so quickly.
That's funny.
And I was like, I shouldn't spend the money to go and do this, and I took my 3-year-old with the iPad and headphones, just this is, what, I'm just gonna do this so that I can feel I can feel cute.
Yeah.
And then I paid $100, and then I looked crazy and had to spend hours trying to reverse it.
Did you tell them that you thought it was crazy, or did you not? Did it not even register? Because back in the day, I've had haircuts that didn't even register until the next day.
Well, okay, so it was hard to know what she was acknowledging, because at first, she was doing a good job. We talked about not getting it too dark, and by the way, I'm not in any way trying to malign this lady.
Come for her.
I think, it is just unless you have dyed a redhead's eyebrows before, which I know she has, but it is you just don't want to go to the black, because it just it is very it gives, the most generous read of it is Bjork in the 90s. Do you remember red hair Bjork, orange red hair Bjork in the 90s?
Sure.
With the black eyebrows.
Yeah.
She was a style icon of mine, so I think for a minute I was trying to be maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
And so it the dye fades. So at first it was lighter, and she was well, should I make it a little darker just so it'll take less time to fade? And I was and that was my mistake. And I was I guess maybe we could do a little here. And also it's how the lighting is, because spas typically have very low lighting. Anyway, I think as I was checking out, I think we both realized that I had very big black eyebrows. And, I tipped her. I had a smile on my face. I did not. Good. I'm very proud of myself that I did not go to anger.
Yeah.
Or despair.
But there's no, it's, it just happened the way it happened. So, of course, you wouldn't blame them.
Well, the thing is with this kind of thing, reversing it is not really so much of an option, because the only thing is bleach, and, your eyebrow hair is... Do that. Yeah, it can just fall off.
Brittle.
It'll become brutal. And then you could have no eyebrows.
That would just... Yeah, no.
And...
Then you have to tattoo that shit on.
Oh.
Tammy Faye, that baker. You know what I'm saying?
My God. Well, I mean, I've considered it, but it really doesn't work either.
Yeah.
I think that in general, it was just too funny to like, it was just too funny for me to go to the dark place, which I was very glad. I was glad that also that my daughter didn't see me lose my shit about like someone dying. I was just like,
totally.
This is just what's happening now. And I tried to like rock it, and then I got home with my husband Zach. He was like, man, I just look up across the room and I'm like, Groucho Marx.
Groucho. Excuse me, you made me Groucho. Yeah, excuse me. Groucho. Like that. That seems like that would be somebody's reaction. Groucho. You know.
I mean, but this is the second time we get to say Harpo in this episode. Well, that in the intro we were talking about Oprah and Harpo, but Harpo Marx, you could at least say Harpo. Definitely known as the most attractive Marx. But he was like, no, it's okay. I have a thing for the Marx Brothers. I was like, this is not making me feel better. I was trying to go for Bjork in the 90s.
Yeah, it really doesn't. You know, it's fun.
Well, this is after I put a lot of
What did you do? What did you try to do?
I took to Reddit. I got lots of advice. But the thing that worked the most was just like regular strength hydrogen peroxide. Okay. Just like combing it through. But I used a toothbrush with like clarifying shampoo. I used like apple cider vinegar. I exfoliated. Like it was just, it was so, it was.
and you've made good headway on it?
Yes. This is like so much improved.
That's hilarious.
As I was leaving, Zach was like, I want you to know that, like, your eyebrows really do look better. I mean, good. Thanks.
Thanks, awkward. Damn it.
I would, but it was, I appreciated I appreciated that shot in the arm. But But maybe loving the Bjork look in the 90s, I should have, it inspired me to like cut short bangs several times, which was not a good decision.
It wouldn't be for me, I don't think.
No, I thought it was cute.
It may have been cute, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta try some shit out.
Sure, why not? And
hand hair, real school.
I was a little, I think probably too into Bjork at one point. I like made my own swan dress for one Halloween.
I get that. That's amazing. Yeah. So my first experience with Bjork was with my roommate, Chris Cannell, who's amazing. In college. We met when I was in high school and he was and then when I went to Emory, he came and like lived on my floor for a little while and then we got an apartment together my junior year and it was really great. But he really loved Bjork, but my first impression of Bjork was a weird remix album. Like my first impression was this insane remix album. And so when I hear the regular versions of the songs, I'm like, what's that?
Just
like the original.
Unimpressed. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, not unimpressed, but like, wow, it's like, what's that version? You know what I mean? Like I only know the crazy remixes and they're great. Like I was
now I really want to hear them.
Enamored by them.
I spent a long time in like high school, college, like really loving Bjork. There was a time I wanted to get a full back piece of the like Vespertine album artwork. I'm very glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
It was
probably for the best.
It was for the best. I talked like Bjork for a minute.
Did you?
I mean, not like too like as a practice, but like it was something that was brought out at
Did
parties.
You beat up a paparazzi?
Really cool parties. I did not. But at the time I didn't have a child to defend.
Okay. There's that.
And I think that's why she did it, right?
100%. No, she totally should have done it.
I mean, I don't.
Team Bjork. Hashtag Bjork.
I mean, she's just such a beautiful weirdo. I love her so much.
Weirdo. I'll send you a link to the album that I'm talking about. It's got a blue cover and it's just banger after banger after banger. To me, at the time, you know what I mean? Like
Do you remember any of the songs that are?
I mean, no. If I had my phone.
Like it's like Oh So Quiet kind of
time? Yeah. It may have been right after Oh So Quiet or Oh So Quiet may have been in there. I feel like it's big time sensuality.
Yeah.
And like there's a
so it's like
remix of that.
Post is the album, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's like it's a full thing of remixes.
Yeah.
Of the post stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god, that sounds great. Let's
cool.
take some drugs and listen to it immediately after we're done with this.
We'll do that on our Patreon. take a bunch of drugs and do that.
That's what the world wants.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna pay $10 a month for.
So my eyebrow story.
Oh my god, yes.
I was over at Leah's. Mm-hmm. Remember? So we started this conversation, but she was gonna have a party at her place, and she had her like, manicurist friend come over, and her like eyebrow girlfriend come over, and somebody else come over, like just to kind of teamwork or whatever, and. Not teamwork. What is it called? What do you call when you network? Oh my god, not teamwork, network. When you network with people, and nobody did anything, and so at the end of the night, two of the girls are already gone, but the eyebrow girl sat there, and I was like, I mean, I'll do it, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you see that bug trying to get me in the face?
I did. It worked.
Get me in the face.
I did. It worked right in the eyebrows.
It almost actually hit me. Anyway, so I may have imbibed
a
couple different fronts that night, so I may or may not have been altered in some way. Nothing hardcore, but anyway, I may have been a little tipsaroo. Uh-huh. So I didn't quite catch this first thing she said. She was like, "So do you want something like a dramatic arch?" And I was like, "Oh, what?" And at first I was like, "Yeah, no. Thank God." I said no. I was like, finally, I was like, oh, I was like, no. I think I probably should stay away from that. I just want like just a trim, So she threaded me.
Ooh, wow.
And it was hardcore, and I looked for like 2 weeks. I should have taken a picture of it. I had an arch. It was not a dramatic. It wasn't a dramatic arch. I mean, but I feel like it was fairly close to being a dramatic arch.
Wow.
Yeah. No. It was. I mean, it was kind of hardcore. Like there might be a picture somewhere.
I feel like that would be a great time to get into like regional theater. I feel like you would be like so amazing. Where, like,
if only I'd had that sort of entrepreneurial spirit. If only that had occurred to me.
This is an advice podcast after all.
It is. Well, kidding.
Oh my god.
She's so cute. Come here, baby. She's the sweetest. Oh my god, that is on video. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I just screamed and laughed.
Oh my god.
That
is actually on video. Everything's
good? Fine.
It scared the hell out of the kitty cat who took chunks out of my back.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, are we good?
Everything,
Let me check on the kitty real quick. Yeah. Okay.
Doing so well so far. Okay, guys, because all of us, this this bustling team. You never sung this song.
Oh, I never did.
Is this important? I feel like you should sing this song.
We should. Is it warm in here to you?
It is warm. Should we just start over and sing this song?
All right. I think we should move along to the
okay.
visual.
How about
Oh wait, I should sing, right?
You should sing, right?
Maybe we should insert this. We can cut this out, and I can.
Where are you gonna insert it?
I can penetrate the beginning of our. I mean, insert it in the beginning.
Yeah.
We're already there. Okay. Upright, and fancy. Upright, and fancy. Upright, and fancy. Upright, and fancy. With
Carra
and Chris. Ooh. I felt pitchy. I felt pitchy angel on that.
No,
Maybe it was because I was just attacked by the kitty cat.
Yeah, I think you sounded lovely.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
It's important that you sing the song.
So I'm editing episode 3.
Okay.
And I may or may not have put the original From My Bed in Maui
really?
voicemail as part of it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
It was going to be a surprise, and I just ruined it.
Yeah.
But here we are.
No, I love it.
You don't actually like the surprise of it. You like to be told.
Okay, I like surprises, but I really do like when surprises are spoiled. We were just talking about this. We went to this lovely
I find this
place
to be hilarious. Yes.
called the Tiger Bar in Nashville, which is it's so cuckoo bananas and wonderful, and like everything is just so lovingly done, and just any kind of bizarre whimsical cocktail you would like. But it's also, I don't know, there's just like klezmer music and midnight toast, and I had a cocktail with absinthe and champagne, and it was called like Death in the Afternoon.
Yeah. I had a gimlet, which was not nearly as exciting, but
you had options with like cotton candy, snow cones.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just what I was aiming for, and it was delish.
But we were just getting together, and we were gonna talk shop, but we mainly just talked about how much I love people just telling me the plot of movies and spoiling them for me, and then I kind of demanded, you recommended a show, and I just demanded that you tell me everything that happens and spoil it, and and I stand by my choices. Yeah. So surprise me, spoil me, whatever you want to do to me.
What
just
have you me?
Just don't forget me.
Just don't forget me.
Just don't forget me. Make sure you isolate that. Why is Charles barking?
He's acting up because he's not the center of attention.
I can pet his belly.
If he came up here.
Does he want to?
Do you guys want to watch us pet his belly? He'll stop because he doesn't actually have to be. He's just being. All right.
Okay. So the fishbowl. How does the song go? Fishbowl, fishbowl, stick your hand in the hole. Pick something out. Take a look. What is there to say? So, would you like to pick?
Sure. I was just jamming to your song. I love it.
Do you like it?
I know. I was like,
from one artist to another.
Wait, are you picking one or am I picking one?
Well, I was holding it up for you to pick one, but then but do you feel like are you feeling like starting it off?
Sure,
I feel like I talked for so long about nothing, so please.
I feel like I have spoken of nothing as well. Oh Lord, I think Charles is okay. I'm okay.
What does it say?
Who are you in your 20s?
Oh my goodness, what a question.
I know.
Okay.
I was feeling rather esoteric on some of these. Some of them overly so. So, I know I felt really impassioned to write this question. But who
you were feeling a little emo with some of these questions.
Some of these I was like, we need to talk about it.
I mean, I'm here for it, baby.
So I was a little airheaded. I was just a little bit daft. You know what I mean? Like just a little
adorably so. I imagine.
I just wanted to have a good time.
Sure.
All the time.
Yeah.
Even in school and stuff, I just was like, we're having a good fucking time all the time. So that was my 20s, and I very much enjoyed it in schooling.
Where did you live?
Atlanta, and then I moved here. So when I was in my 20s, I was a bubbly, happy, fun, hardworking, because I just wanted to
Twinkie?
A Twinkie. No, I was never a twink. I've had this conversation, oddly, with more...
So happy. I've had this conversation.
No, oddly, I've had this conversation with straight people more than gay people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. No. I mean, like in the wild. You're like a gay dude. I mean, like yeah. No, I really actually did not think of you in that category when I was saying that.
Like straight people always asking me this dumb fucking question.
No. It's just funny because I have fun comedian friends. And
bragging.
The straightest one that I know is this dude Vince Acevedo, and he loves to talk about the gay shit. You know what I mean? Like and yeah. Anyway, I can't remember where that was going because I was trying to pull up Vince Acevedo's name.
I mean, we were just talking about how I asked if you were a twink and how straight people
had that conversation with him. So yeah, but I think it's because people are intrigued at the nomenclature.
I mean, yeah, I think everyone would like a field guide to subcultures. If they're at all, I don't know. Sometimes it's morbid curiosity, but I think, for me, it's genuine appreciation. Like,
Yeah, me too.
I love all that shit.
It's my understanding that I, even back then, was an otter.
Yes, I was going to say.
Yeah, so you have a bear, who's like a brawny, hairy dude, essentially. I guess I don't have to be hairy, but pretty much have to be hairy too. These days, I am almost a bear. But a thinner, hairy dude was an otter.
Yeah.
So that was always me. I was always a little.
That's right, because a twink is hairless is a big part of the
twink is hairless, and I've just never been hairless. Like when I was 12, I had fucking hair.
Oh, hairless is not it.
It's not it at all.
Hashtag
pro hair.
Seriously, I prefer it. Not on me, but on,
of course,
I think that I don't know, I definitely, Zach was an otter, and now I feel like he's more in the bear category.
But
I feel like you're like very much in the daddy. I feel like you're kind of like a daddy bear, maybe.
I always get the daddy rolls in my.
You do.
Now I have the daddy rolls. It's a whole different. It's a whole different thing. I'm the daddy rolls where I was dad on kite. No, dad with kite.
Dad on kite. That's It's just, we don't talk about that. We scrubbed that from the internet.
We imply other things. Okay, so that's who I was in my 20s. How about you?
Oh, okay. Well, when in my 20s, oh my God. Okay, I just have to say this, even though it's dumb, but one of my favorite quotes of anything is in Hedwig and the Angry Inch, where John Cameron Mitchell just starts a speech with, in the mid to late 80s, I was in my mid to late 20s. Please edit that out. It's very dumb.
That's funny.
But it just sets it sets the tones very well.
Yes.
But when I was in my 20s, I lived mostly in central North Carolina, and then I moved to Nashville towards the end. Like I turned 27 my first birthday in Nashville, I turned 27. Cool. But basically, I don't know. I feel like I was so thrilled to be out of my house and like among weird friends that like I truly was satisfied with that. Like I just like lived in this like kind of traveling horde of weirdos, and we had such a good time. And I did
Traveling
college
Horde
radio.
of Weirdos is a great name. That's like a band name. Chris Berg and the Traveling Horde of Weirdos.
There we go.
Welcome to the stage.
Mm-hmm. Those are going to be the dancers when we have a live show.
The
Traveling Horde of Weirdos. And we'll spell horde with a W.
Yeah, we will. Duh.
And
with a duh.
With a duh. And I just was so happy to just live in this world and like be with these friends that I loved. Like I just always found, I don't know, like my family was very chaotic and challenging, and I did not like being in Alabama. And then I went to this liberal arts college that I couldn't afford and still have student loans for. And I for some reason, like I remember like trying to figure out why I was both so good and so bad at college. And I was talking to my therapist, and she was,
as we do.
Yeah, as we do. If we're lucky enough, she was a great one. I was talking to her about, she was saying, well, ask yourself, like, what were your goals, like, when you went to college? And I was really just, like, thought about it, and I was just, like, get away from my family, make friends, and, like, have interesting experiences. Uh-huh. And she's like, did you accomplish those things? 100. And I was like, absolutely. And she was like, was it graduating, like, ever in the specific goals? And I was like, oh, no. And so, yeah, I just, like, I'm sure, like, both wonderful and maddening as a student, because I just never turned in things, but I was, like, brilliant in class discussions.
I'm sure.
And, like,
I'm sure.
Yeah. And, but, yeah, I just, like, I don't know. I was just so happy to like be in that world, and then people started, as they do, you know. Oh, and I was like in college radio, and I loved college radio, and like I had so much.
You worked in college radio?
Yeah, I had a radio show for the whole time that I lived in Greensboro, pretty much, which was like 8 years.
Amazing!
Yeah, I loved it, and it was. And then I had like management positions at certain times. At the radio station.
I didn't know any of this information. I love that.
Really? I was a promotions director at one point.
Cool.
And I got to go to South by Southwest.
Cool.
Yeah, I felt very, very fancy.
Yeah, upright and fancy.
Yes, right? I mean, though, there was a time, one of the most notable experiences was when, this is a great story about me in my 20s, honestly. Okay, guys, here we go. We found it. Okay, so I'm at South by Southwest. It is so hot.
As it is.
So fucking, it's in March, and it's so hot. Like, it's still like, you know, mid-90s. And I had this idea that somehow you would go and like, there would be some like sustenance provided somewhere. Like, everything is very expensive. Everything is crowded. Like, there are just so many, like, this city that is not supposed to be packed is incredibly packed. And so everything is stressful. I remember at one point I found an empty, cold, dark bar, and I texted everyone. I found a cold, empty place. Yeah. And like everyone like dropped everything. I was like, I was going to see the show, but fuck.
That's amazing.
But so they have these different parties you can like RSVP to. Well, some of them are invite only for sure. But Rachel Ray had this weird party that like at the beauty parlor, I remember, was the venue, which is a really lovely like vintage salon. Lauren would love it. A future guest. And a future guest. Maybe next week. Owner of the beauty parlor. So it all comes together. Good segue. And so we go to Rachel Ray's party, and this is the only time I'm poor. I have, you know, we're just like schlepping in the heat. And then there are just all of these amazing cocktails that are completely free. And me and my friend Tim, who is this very gay dude, but he's like also looks like a crust punk, but he's like also very gay. We just are just drinking all the drinks.
Copious amounts, yeah.
Just get shit-faced. Like shit-housed. And like, I think we did get, they had to be like, guys, it is over. You have to go.
Wow, a little nudge.
Yeah.
A little flick.
I think we just were not aware. But at one point, Rachel Ray was standing right next to us. And my friend Tim just was like, he was just so drunk he didn't realize that we were right next to her and she could hear him. Oh, no. But he was like, she is not cute.
No. Not cute. No, not Rachel Ray, not dissing her to her face. What in the inside voice?
Yeah, it's just not cute. But it was also so much fun. Like, honestly, we had so much fun, even though there was definitely a blackout period. But not so. Then we are told to leave, and we leave, and we're trying to figure out where to find the people that we came with. And it is just very hard to do. And at one point, I've just been like, I just gotta lay down here in the street in front of a bus. Oh. And I mean, it was like the sidewalk, and the bus was parked along the sidewalk. Yeah, there was no damsel in distress.
Yeah. There was no bus moving.
Yes, it was, I wasn't in danger. I was just very, I was just bringing shame to my family. I just remember, and so like
for generations to come.
But I was just laying there. I remember at one point a guy came down and like sat next to me and was like trying to pick me up, and I just remember sitting there being like, wow, like I know I'm a good person and stuff, but like you're really trying to pick up someone who was just like cannot move.
Yeah, that's so he was trying to get in your.
I mean, I kind of. It seemed. It seemed
like, hey sister, what's up?
Yeah, he's like, what's going on? I was just like,
ew.
I was like, is this your turn on? Just like, but anyway.
Because if so, let's go. Just kidding. I mean, if so, cool.
I mean, do you have ice you can rub along the back of my neck? Because that could change my answer. Yeah. Just because it's hot, not because I'm trying to paint a picture for anyone. Yeah. But I mean,
If the picture is painted.
If the picture's painted, you might as well look at it.
I only brought the canvas.
And so basically the whole, I'm sorry if this is actually a boring story, but we're just like trying, and I'm just like, I just look at Tim, I'm like, we have to get our friends to help us. And that's when I laid down, because it was like in front of the bus, and was just like, we're just gonna lay here, we're gonna get our friends to come to us to help us, because we can't do this.
That's hilarious. And I've been in those spots before. Maybe not in front of buses, but I've been there.
But then, like, I'm on the phone with the people from my radio station trying to tell them where we are. And I just keep saying, we're at Kiss Kiss. Kiss Kiss. Which was what was written on the bus. So anyway, this is...
these are our 20s.
Yeah, so yeah, a little bit always down for something for a funny story. Very like good person to be around, but maybe puzzling as to like what my
end game was.
Yes,
mine too. That was me in my 20s too.
Wow,
100%.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, he's great, but what is he doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But you have talent, and mine wasn't as clear. But I think that that's really funny. But yeah, we have
that in common as well. Mm-hmm. We both like soup.
We could talk or not talk. That's not true. We would talk for hours.
Or not talk. Yeah, no, we would.
But then I also got married in my 20s. I moved to Nashville, and then I worked at a bookstore and I had just worked at a bookstore, and I just worked at a different kind of the same bookstore, and I met my husband. And
it was a great bookstore. It still is a great bookstore, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, and their empire has only expanded. The Empire of McKay.
Yeah, I dig it, and I did get to sing at her wedding. Mm-hmm. It was a great honor.
And so then transitioning out of that into trying to figure out what was next about okay, now I have this totally different life because I just lived among this group of weirdos, and now I'm just sort of like partnered, and I supposed to grow up now?
What? Like at some point?
Yeah. How old were you when you and Toby got together?
I was 28, that's what I was going to say.
Oh my God! Chris, what?
I was 28. I'm about to be 48. We will be recording this still and releasing it finally around my birthday.
Yes, we will.
So I was 28, which means he was 32.
Yeah.
He's 51 right now, and I'm 48. Mm-hmm. I'm about to be 48.
Yeah. That's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. And gender non-conforming cow people. It's a callback from an earlier episode.
It's hard. It's hardcore. About to be 48. And we are about to next week. We're about to celebrate. Toby and I are about to celebrate 19th anniversary.
God damn it!
What's special that you can do as a 19-year-old? Is there anything? No, right? It's like 18, and then the next one is maybe 19 is the last year of your teenage year. Isn't teenage 13 to 19 or something like that?
I think so.
I mean, it was when I was that. It's probably like 8 to 12 now. As sophisticated as they are. Like, I mean, they all know what they're doing.
It's a different world.
It's a different world. Mm-hmm. The way we come from. Yes, it is now. It's a different world. I love that show. Man, I watched the shit out of that show.
Yes. Oh my God. So good.
I loved it with Lisa Bonet and without Lisa Bonet. I loved it. I wish Lisa Bonet had stayed on. That would to me that'd be a good You're Wrong About if there isn't one about it. Because
if there isn't one already.
Because I would like to know there was some some sort of beef that happened with Lisa Bonet and the different world people, and I don't know the exact story because all of a sudden she was gone and she was never mentioned again. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that she was. I mean, is she mentioned still with Cosby stuff too? I feel like I saw a picture that went around recently and she wasn't in it.
Oh, I mean, I would imagine she has distanced herself, but I can't say I'm in the inner circle of Lisa Bonet blind items. But I mean, there are some people that I know creepy information about, but she's not one of them. I mean, I think she's absolutely lovely.
I love her. I love her as well.
But yeah, I I think that, wait, how did we start talking about Lisa Bonet?
I don't know.
I really don't know.
A different world.
Oh my God.
Because it's all a different world. Then we went on a different world tangent.
Okay.
Okay, here, look, wait.
Who are we in our 20s? We were these faggots, and we still are.
We still are.
But I love that we were just like very much that same kind of like... Yeah, that same spirit, and then we both like kind of partnered up at the same time. Like, okay, that one I guess wants to be.
I mean, it wants to. It's there if you want that one, but I can put it back in there too.
Let me see.
Let's preface it because I was emo. Once again, I was emo.
Oh my God. Okay, you were emo.
Oh, is this more emo?
What bothers you most about people?
I think maybe I tried to be humorous too.
No, hopefully. I mean absolutely.
What bothers you most about people?
This is great. Yeah, no, I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah.
What bothers? Because it's so funny because like I have I've put in some suggestions and stuff and they're like very silly things and I just love that there was just a very like emo night where you were just like.
So not only that, but I have filtered through all this, so I kept those the second round too. And I don't even remember. They made it through the first round of cuts. But I mean, it's kind of fun.
What bothers you the most? Okay, it's because I drew it, so I have to answer first. Okay, what bothers me the most about people? This is a very good question because I have several complaints. Truly, and it's like how deep do you want to go here? Because
that's what she said.
I mean that's not what bothers me most about people. Let me tell you that. And I think I think maybe what bothers me most about people is people just who buy into sort of the constructs and the shoulds of things, like in a way where I don't know, they just have full buy-in with these systems that are, I think every mature person can kind of see that most systems are pretty corrupt, you know, and that like there's a lot of unfairness in the world and there's a lot of fucked up shit that's done in the name of fairness. Yeah, and like in patriotism and like things that are just they're I'm not. And so like it like there's just there is so much I don't know. Distaste. I feel like anybody who looks at the world and sees this way that like there has to be this order to it and there's a set way of being, that really bothers me. I mean, I can say like obviously like, people who like cruelty, like all of these different things that are like, there are many grievances, but as far as like, I think one of the things that just really bothers me is when like critical thinking is just sort of like cut out and like people are just so they just really want to like be like, this is how it goes, because like who's to fucking say, and we're all different, and like it's like they forcibly have to be correct. Like they have to be right. Yes. There's and at any means, who cares if you say something crazy? It doesn't matter as long as you win the argument, as long as it shuts the other person down. I'm with you on that. It's very, I don't know. It's one of the things that I feel like I check out with people when I kind of pick up on that, and since that, and I've seen that like, I don't know, when like things are pushed back against, like, I don't know, the people who are like, I don't know, like on the side of management and stuff, I'm just like, it's not a good look. And I feel, I don't know. I think obviously we need to have structure, we need to have order, whatever. But people who are just incredibly prescriptive and judgmental, and they feel like they have all the information when like truly none of us have all the information, I think that's probably what bothers me the most. All right. What about you? That's a good, I mean, that's a well thought out answer. Well, thank you. I was team you at the end of that for sure. Thank you. I would have gone to the field. I'd have fought in the fight. So what bothers me most about people is after attending a copious amount of buffets on cruise ships, Okay.
To me, is the way. I'm not like phobic about it now. Like I don't pay attention to Toby eating or whatever or whatever. But when people can't eat right, it's.
What do you mean by can't eat right?
like people will chew. I have made eye contact before with people going.
Oh, good
like
God.
chewing and like pushing it out to mix it up.
Tables you're sharing, or
no.
Like
just
they're chewing in the buffet line. They're fucking
not in
animal.
line. Not in line. No, I mean like they're animals. They're animals. So to me, for some reason, I guess like what bothers me the most is when people just ain't got that are just don't have the manners to be in public.
Just you don't like people who are uncouth. You need a certain amount of couth.
And maybe it sounds elitist. Because I have a platinum status on American Airlines, so I'm an elite.
Okay.
But that's the only reason. Yeah, so anyway, so mine's a totally different answer than yours. I think watching people that have no manners eat is probably the worst of a human being that I can think of. But it makes me like when I like I don't notice it in general, but I do notice it if it's like. And like it'll be like parents talking to their kids and like a scrambled egg will fall out. Like while they're talking real good about whatever they're going to do and shoot when they're older, you know, and who they should shoot. I'm just kidding.
And some people really have a tough, like I've had some friends that like, I keep expecting it to like correct over time, and like they're just like still like open mouth chewers, and I just am like, how do you get this far and not know to not? But like my problem is like I feel like I can't I have a problem with focus, surprise, and so like it's very hard for me to eat and talk. So a lot of times I just like take one bite every 10 minutes or something like that.
No, I can get that too.
And
we were eating and talking tonight.
Yeah. It's not, I don't know. It's a slower process. But I think that I don't know. I just sorry. I lost my train of thought.
She lost her train of thought.
I lost it. Do you hear the train in the distance? Can you?
I feel you. I feel you.
I mean, I think that it's basically people who are disgusting in
yeah, so people so I'll say this. At some point it goes from eating to feeding. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It goes from we're having a nice meal and I happen to be consuming food to it's a buffet, so eat all of it. Feeding.
That's dark. I mean, it's real, but it's dark.
I don't know if it's that real, but I mean, like
no, it is.
People
have you been to Orion's?
I will say this as devil's advocate: it's hard when you are at a buffet not to get a little bit of everything.
Obviously.
Like if you like, oh, I like that too. So I mean, many times I've ended up with too much and eaten.
Obviously.
But man, the amount of bacon on some people's plates at breakfast. I'm like, you are losing an artery today. One's shutting down after this meal. One pathway is done for you.
God. Yeah, I remember
your
in
hand's
college.
Gonna go numb real soon.
In college, there was this one professor who, in the caf, you'd always see him like he would just have this like huge pile of onion rings. Oh. And it was like his mate, and he was a huge guy. And so I was like, oh, come on, let's like not like, this is what they all want to believe about fat people. Don't be that fat person.
Don't.
But,
oh, man.
But at the same, but I was just like, okay, interesting choice. It was just like so, it was.
That gives me like gut rot just thinking about it.
I know. Also, he always seemed like a nice guy, but then he got busted for like weird, creepy, like upskirt cameras and stuff.
No, upskirt camera. No.
Like that's such a weird, like Pee Wee Herman kind of like crime. I don't know. It's just and also it's just such a I don't know.
Did I make the joke already? Did I tell you the joke already? Who are the two people that have ever been shot in the back of the head in a theater?
I don't know if you did it on the podcast, but come on.
Abraham Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
And the guy in front of Pee Wee Herman. R.I.P. He's my favorite. Look, what? I had to make a joke. I didn't even know.
So, okay, if you're just listening, he has a Pee Wee Herman shirt on and he is making it dance for the camera. So check out that on YouTube if that's what you're into.
I mean, it looks like he's dancing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think those are good answers for what bothers us most about people.
And they're vastly different. Back again. This is a chopped up episode.
We're
a mess.
We're like somewhat upright and somewhat fancy. We're
ish. But you know what? It's good to be doing. It's good to be back.
Yeah. I'm
and I'm having a good time.
You know what? We are really enjoying ourselves, and we hope that you're enjoying it too. And so this question comes from a dear friend, and she, not RuPaul.
Not RuPaul. Even this timing of this is bad, but I just thought that was a good. That's cute. Right?
We have the House of Hidden Meetings sitting up, and now it's sitting up. But
yeah, but let's do that instead of that.
I'm sorry. Okay. No, it's me.
It's me. No,
it's us.
Am I the victim? Am I the drama?
Okay, so Kristen's question for us.
I don't know if you take what kind of format of advice questions you take, but here was my first one. This is my silly one. When you get in the car with your significant other and you're about to go on a road trip, and inevitably things are a little tense, as they are right before road trips, and you're kind of pissed at each other, what song or record do you put on?
Good, right?
Ooh, good. Like to soothe or to
What's your strategy?
To just calm everything down.
Yeah. What's your choice and why?
So with him, with Toby, if we get tense, because things can get tense. We're about to be at 19 years. If things get tense or they get weird or somebody gets sensitive about something.
And you're getting in the you're buckling in.
Yeah, we're buckling in. What normally works for us is just to roll down the windows,
okay.
You just put down the windows, turn whatever we're listening, turn on some sort of new bop.
Okay, so
just go with it. That would be for us. What works for us is to take our minds off of it with something else.
Yeah.
And the music was that thing.
Yeah, but what would be a good bop? What would you say, if you're you're just trying to...
I just fully described the actual question. I didn't even say what the bop was. I was like, just in case you didn't hear the question, here we go. Oh my God, no, I totally didn't even I thought I was giving such a witty...
No, you're doing great.
Filled answer. And all I did was ask the question.
Filled answer?
Okay, so to get us in the mood...
In the mood?
No, I mean, not in the mood.
That could also help ease the tension in the road.
Get us out of the funk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There is one thing that would definitely get me out of any funk if you played this, and I think it would work for him too. And it's super random. Yeah. And it makes me so happy to think of it. JoJo. You know, get out right now. It's the end of you and me. Okay, that JoJo. She, not Siwa. Not Siwa.
Never Siwa.
Never Siwa. But so she was in conflict with her record label for a while. And she was not able to release any music, and it was kind of like she couldn't really talk about it, but everybody knew that she was in the ass end of the stick with them. And she was just trying to get out. So in that meantime, she kept performing and stuff. And she put out a SoundCloud, a free SoundCloud EP. And she did, caught up in the rapture of love. Oh, I think. And I mean it's so good. Like the Anita Baker song. And she also does Take me home, and because you don't remember, from Genesis.
That's so
Phil
sweet.
Collins.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's so good. And then this like gospel-y song at the end, man, and it was just free, and it was almost life-changing, and to me, almost life-changing. I mean, like borderline the best thing that ever happened in the whole world. Like it was at the time, it was the best thing that had ever happened. That would probably soothe his specific riled up bone or whatever. That was not at all the way I thought that sentence was going to end at all. I did not mean to make any specific reference to his bone at all. I did not mean to make any specific reference to his bone.
I mean, I can see that JoJo excites you. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's...
So yeah, I think that, roll the windows down and play some SoundCloud JoJo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would that would be my answer. There's probably other ones too. I mean, I could think of...
There are definitely other ones.
I could think of a million other songs that would probably work as well, but that one. But how about for you? What's gonna soothe his fiery soul?
Oh my God, that is... I don't know why that question creeped me out so much.
I'm so sorry. To be on this side of the creeps, it's Dick. I'm so sorry.
This side
I'm
of the
creeper.
I mean, I like it being reversed. Normally, I'm the creeper.
You're that side of the creep stick?
Often.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It's debatable. I think I'm not a creep, and I also think that I'm a bit of a silly goose, and so typically when I am trying to cut the tension or just change the mood, I like to try to do a little. I like to have an element of surprise and a little element of comedy, and I feel like these the answers have to be very specific to the partner. And within my partnership, I know that that there's one thing in particular that would be very, very appreciated and would probably break through whatever kind of pissy, shell that he may have up.
Sometimes it's just a pissy shell. That is for damn sure.
It's really
that's all it is. But for me too. For both of us.
Sure, everyone has a pissy shell.
A pissy shell? A pissy shell?
A pissy shell?
A pissy shell.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'm trying to bring it up, but I'm just so bad at everything. So, but I'm really getting there. So... Zach has a penchant for the Lonely Island crew, and I was hesitant, but this is, I would definitely just out of the silence would play this.
Not but the ding 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 ding. Wow.
It's from an SNL sketch with about a white guy that I definitely went to college with that is just goes to college and realizes that he is truly a Rastafarian, and it's
a white guy.
So yes, okay. And it's such a good song. I'm going to play it for you whether you like it or not after this. Okay. But it's it would, I know that would for sure break through. And I think we'd be able to reconnect and enjoy it. Yeah, I'd go silly, and I'd probably go first, particularly that song. But also, there are many choices with these dum-dums. Oh Lonely Island, really.
Oh, no, wait. I was wrong.
What?
I retract my statement. That would be a plan B. Plan A, Sandy Patty. I mean,
such different lines. I love it.
If I played... Yeah. Like, there's a Sandy Patty, like, what's his name? Larnell Harris or something like that. This black dude that sang, like, in the Christian gospel-y time at that time. And when I tell you that he has one of the coolest voices I have ever heard, his performances on these things are life-changing, rock-splitting, madness-inducing.
Madness-inducing? What is your life?
Ensuing.
What goggles are you watching these through? How much absinthe did you have?
He's the amazing.
Okay.
Regardless of how much absinthe.
No.
Okay, so if there's a duet with them, that's like
the way. That's the way to.
That's the way to his heart.
Okay.
Oh my God, no, that's it. The other one, like the JoJo one, would be the way to get to mine. Probably. Oh my God. I was so selfish. I thought of myself first.
No. I mean.
I'm just kidding. Can you imagine?
I don't know what I would put on to soothe myself, but it would probably be what I forced you to listen to when we were on our way home, which was "Sweet Honey Bucking" from the new Cowboy Carter, which we haven't even talked about. We won't even begin.
Yeah, we can't even.
This song changes so many times, and then it just gets to a point where she makes me the happiest person in the entire world when she just repeats the phrase, "Look at that horse, look at that horse, look at that horse." And then there's little backup singers going,
"Look at that horse." Is that what it is?
Look at that horse. Yeah, it's so satisfying and weird.
It is. It is all of those things.
And anyway, so that'd probably be what I would put on to cheer myself up. But I think Zach would probably be nonplussed if he already had a pissy, exterior shell.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that was great. Yeah, I'm sure I think that answered all your questions.
The JoJo would be for myself.
Okay. Yeah.
I switch around. It's Sandy Patty.
So we answered
friends.
Both sides.
That was a great question.
It really was.
It's a well thought out, weird, niche question that I love.
Yeah. Well.
Bring it on. Thank you so much for the submission.
That was the best. If you would like to submit something,
yes,
please email us at uprightandfancy@gmail.com.
uprightandfancy@gmail.com.
You can send a voice memo. You can just write a little letter. Yeah. Whatever you want. And just let us know. We're your private dancers. You're dancers for money.
Oh,
and you should finish the line.
I don't think
do what you
want me to do.
There you go.
She was great.
I knew it would be much more satisfying if you did it than if I did it.
Dancer for money. I don't remember the words in the last part. I'll write them on the screen right now. Thank you.
Yeah. I really am so happy that question happened. Okay, so now we're at the very end of the show. We've already rambled. So now let's just do our little closing, and as we say goodbye, let's say something that, makes us uptight or upright.
I think we both have the same. Okay, so this is uptight or upright. So to me, uptight might be the same, and it's caves.
Caves?
Uptight is caves.
I'm so uptight about caves.
I'm so uptight about caves.
Absolutely not.
I just know, like, we're not going to
Never,
cave.
ever.
Nor have I ever really wanted to go in a cave, and when I'm in one, I'm like, damn, I wish I wasn't here. I remember, though, I did when I was in Barbados one time on a ship. I did a thing where we went on a little excursion, and we went down in these, like, cavernous things and it was pitch black, and there was like stuff going up and down that we looked at, and it was really cool, and it was kind of cold, and we could get out and look at stuff, but there wasn't like a moment where I was like, I'm okay with this. Like I was fighting back nausea and like sheer panic the whole time. No, not the whole time, but some of it there were moments when I was like, I'll be okay.
I have an appreciation for caves. I love to see documentary films about caves.
Of course.
Yeah. I like the stalactites and whatnot. Yeah. Incredible.
That bat that goanna.
I love bats. Bats are so cute.
Mountains of goanna.
I don't.
I'm just kidding. Bats are super cute.
And necessary and I don't know why I'm being defensive of bats. But yeah, I feel like caves are great, but I don't trust them. They're not for me.
I do not trust that cave as far as I can throw it.
Which is not far
Which
at all.
Which is not far at all,
and
come to find out.
The most fun I ever had in a cave was when I was a child in Europe. This is a real story.
No one is going to believe this story already. We have gone off the rails with this true, I'm sure, very true story, and it is off the rails.
We toured a salt mine. And they had a roller coaster that went through the salt mine. I believe it was in Bavaria. It was, and they had like a big...
Bavaria? Bavaria where? Bavaria, what was the country? Did you say Bavaria? It was in Bavaria?
Bavaria is like a region like around Germany.
Where? In Germany.
Austria.
Okay, Germany, okay.
And
Austria? I haven't heard about that in a while. That's weird. I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I for some reason it's come up a lot lately. I don't know why. But yeah, it was you know, there were these like big slides that we went, but it was like I just never stopped being freaked out about how we were underground, and I appreciate it, but I just don't like it. It doesn't feel safe to me. I don't feel like it's for me. And I think people who do it are doing it at their own risk, and that's a choice, but especially the people that go into caves without knowing their way out, that are just like exploring, and they're going through small spaces not knowing.
No.
That to me is like...
There's a lot of hell no in that. There's like a big jar of fucking hell no.
Yeah. Like I would truly, I feel like I could throat rip someone if my choice was between like throat ripping this guy or having to do that, you know?
If I had to do that or throat rip out,
like just full Roadhouse throat rip, you know?
Yeah, no,
like
hardcore.
Swayze.
No, like I'd be like, hold on, let me sharpen this motherfuckers up here. I mean, like if that was the choice, it'd be awful, but it wouldn't be that.
I would try. I would do my damnedest.
Be like,
I have carpal tunnel. It's funny because it's true. So okay, we both are uptight about caves.
Yes. So upright.
About Zoltar.
About Zoltar. Let's be upright about Zoltar. So where we went earlier today. It's called what? It's called Tiger Bar.
Tiger Bar.
And it was so fun. Earlier today, we went and had cocktails and a little vittles. And they had a Zoltar there.
Zoltar, would you like to explain the role in the movie Big?
Yeah, so in Big, the kid goes to like Coney Island, right? And then there's a Zoltar, and he's like, I want to be older or whatever. Like he like said it sort of offhand, and he did the thing in Zoltar. Poof! There is Tom Hanks in the tightest whiteys of all time, not knowing what's going on, and it was him in an older thing. And so that was, and so he had to find his way back to that.
Some parts of that movie don't age very well.
But really, the movie's amazing. I highly recommend. Even if it didn't age, it just makes you feel good. And
so everyone's kind of seen this sort of Zoltar thing. I'm sure it's offensive in some way. But it's, he's this little mannequin guy, and he has a crystal ball, and he just kind of does this motion over it, and Chris had a great time with that.
Yes. It made me think he was doing other things to the ball. And he just kind of makes eye contact with you in an eerie way. Normally he talks, but this time he was just deadly silent while looking at us. Yeah, and we made for real eye contact, me and Zoltar.
Yeah, and then he read us for filth, but especially me.
Especially her. Should I go first because yours is more hardcore? Okay, so we looked in the eyes. We locked eyes. We locked eyes, and the rest of the world disappeared. And I was in his. And he spit out this little piece of paper. And my face was in his crystal ball. Anyway. So anyway, he spit this thing out after a while. Lord, if I can read it. Haven't you ever heard of saying no? Try it sometime. It feels good. You are a kind, selfless person who would do anything for your loved ones, but it's time to start treating yourself the same way. Once you start practicing the art of saying no to things that don't serve you, I was like, no to things that don't serve you, you will find life to become more purposeful and less stressful. Our merch is... Oh, wait. Buy the t-shirt at... No, it says... No, it's kind of amazing. It was...
Zoltar has really... They have done great work with branding. There you go. And they have, and so they plug, after they read you for filth, they say shop Zoltar swag,
Yes.
www.zoltar.org/shop. Again, not a sponsor. And apparently they, it's still a family-owned, tightly controlled company. And apparently, it is, apparently the library is always open in, Boulder City, Nevada, because listen to this.
Her shoes read for filth. We will close this episode on this red for filth madness.
Yeah, and so just enjoy this brutal lashing from Zoltar.
Yes.
And be well. And we're here for you. We're here for fun. We're here for Zoltar promotion. Apparently,
we're here for Zoltar. We want it. I want it. I'd like to have a Zoltar shirt.
I think you just want Zoltar. You got really riled up today.
I did. It was kind of weird.
You didn't even have the accent. Okay. There is no such thing as bad weather. Only bad clothes. That is shade. It's true, my friend. If you don't prepare yourself for the weather at hand, you'll be very uncomfortable. Such is life. Well, it's nice to be carefree like a little baby. I'm just a little baby. You must have some amount of preparation and direction in life.
Maybe.
How do you expect to get somewhere if you don't know where you are going?
Slut.
I have some direction in life, okay? Now is the time to define your goals and prepare accordingly. Slut. Like,
red for filth.
what? I mean,
Red for
rude.
Rude.
Just looked at me and spit this out.
Yeah.
And said,
Made eye contact while shitting.
yes.
Yeah.
And then,
which is the worst.
I mean, the fact that, and okay, the lovely lady saying to her she served us sounds so dirty, who waited on us. What did she do?
Where?
At the Tiger Bar.
Yeah, she was super cute.
Yes.
Our server.
What is server? Oh, she served us.
She served us.
Sorry everyone. But she said that she's never seen one that's identical. Like they do like the it's not just like you get like one of like 30 possible fortunes. And so anyway.
Yeah. She knew things about it that I didn't know, which was cool.
I feel like it was definitely a very personal read.
Yeah.
To read.
It looked into your specific soul.
While it's nice to be carefree like a little baby. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean.
I mean, it's something.
What a cunty diva.
Yeah.
Like, that is not.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's kind of amazing, and it's like a drag queen wrote that.
Yes. That is cunty hunty. And I appreciate it. And also, he's not completely wrong, as we were just discussing.
That's why, because there's a little bit of truth in it.
I mean, exactly. But anyway, I'm just I'm feeling upright about being back in saddle. And
yes, me too.
And we so appreciate you.
Yeah,
please love us.
Yay! uprightandfancy@gmail.com if you have any questions, concerns, advice, dance moves you want to share, video, audio.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. Email us a question, whatever you want. You too can dance with P. We. You. Okay, maybe not that song though.
We'll workshop it.
We might. Yeah,
we love you, and
Mwah.
I am just so thrilled.
Me too.
And no caves. I'm really glad.
On the caves.
We do have a music venue here that is absolutely lovely. That the shows take place in these caves, and it does sound great. But it's
I would maybe do that.
I might be able to do that, but it's anyway. It's great. We love you.